Hi everybody, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This is my second pick a card reading, and this question was posed by one of my viewers last month. The question that we're going to be looking at today is, what is blocking my flow? Okay, and the flow could be anything. It could be for you in your life, it could be what's blocking love, what's blocking money or success, what's blocking karma or healing in your life, or really in any area where you feel stuck. Okay, so I'm going to deal the cards as usual, as you will see in your thumbnail. If you don't want to listen to this introduction or see me dealing the cards, you can head straight to the description box below and click on the deck that you were most drawn to. Okay, otherwise I'm going to continue to shuffle the cards as I always do. Okay, so the first I'm going to draw 3 piles, 1, 2, 3. You will know this because you'll have seen the thumbnail, which is the little picture at the start of the video. So we're going to answer this question. I thought it was a very good question. We're going to do it in... There's always one, and it's always number 3. Number 3, you're always giddy. There's a lot to say for number 3s, whoever you are. Okay, and then I'm going to draw these 3 cards as well. This card is going to represent your current experience and universal energy currently in your life. The second, I'll explain as I go. The other cards are going to relate to how you feel beneath the surface, what your obstacle is, and how you overcome it. I'll draw those cards now, and then I'll put them in piles. Number 3s have got okay, so these are your cards for number 1. These are number 1's clarifiers. They decided to come out. Number 2 and number 3. Okay. So as I said, if you can, so now you're going to pick, I'll give you a couple of seconds just to pick which deck you feel resonates with you. Okay. How can I do this? I'll put these beneath there just so that I remember that they're clarifiers, just for the picture. Oh, hang on a minute. Sorry about this. There we go. Okay, so you take a second just to tune into the energies, and I'll take the thumbnail, and then we'll get started. So remember, the question that we're asking today, or that you're asking, is, what is blocking my flow? Okay, if you're ready, let's get started. So number 2s and number 3s, you can go off and click on your timestamps, and we will start with number 1. Hi, number 1s. So let's have a look, number 1, then, at the an answer to your question, what is blocking my flow? Before I forget, a viewer did ask me about the deck that I use, the large deck, and this is the deck. I don't know the name of it or the title of it, but that's the deck that I use. Okay, so let's just get started. Number 1. So these are the clarifiers. If you didn't see to shuffle, believe me, they were the part of your reading. So we're going to start with spread number 1, and this is answering the first. This is the first part of the question for us. So really, this is the current the current experience. So what you're currently experiencing in the point of view from the universe, really. And then these, that was like that way, 1, 2, and 3. So this is very good and very interesting. Your current energy or the current experience that you're going through is related to the Star card. And this is a card of destiny. It's a card of being involved in your destiny fully. Being on a path that even if you cannot see or understand very clearly now why, what the challenges, understand the challenges that you're facing, or the difficulties that you might have gone through, or the changes that you might be going through, the frustration that you might be feeling. This is all literally written in the stars. The Star card is a card of healing. It's a card of understanding your connection to the divine and being led by that. And even if sometimes we can't understand or see what the reason for something is, what the reason for our experiences are, this card is clearly an indication that the things that you are experiencing right now, you should be experiencing. It's a very, very interesting card. Excuse me. Oh God, I'm so warm. It's card number 17. So this is the Star card, and it's linked to, bear with me a second, let me check where it's linked. It's linked to the sign of Aquarius. I always forget that. And the numerology of the card, of the number 1, which is a beginning, an initiation, a start, and number 7 is and number 7 is a struggle that we must go through to understand our foundations, to understand who we are. And it's as if what is blocking your flow at the moment, or from the universe's point of view, this is exactly where you need to be, because you're learning to see who you are. This experience is trying to show you who you are, and it's challenging because there are, with the number 7, we've got to really, it's a journey of spiritual awakening, really, spiritual understanding. It's a journey of understanding who you are, and what you are, and what you're here for, and your purpose in life. And so really these are very profound struggles that you're going through, those people that have selected this number 1. Okay, let's look at these next cards then for you. We've got a number 7 and a number 6 and another number 6. This is really nice, okay? You know, this is what's going on for you beneath the surface, and this, I'm going to do a video today about the number 7s, because the influence of the number 7s is actually quite significant for us. This is a clarifier that's going to clarify this card for us. The energy of the number 7s is a very interesting one, and I've literally just described for you the 1 and the 7, what that actually entails. With the sword energy, swords are about our minds, our thoughts, our consciousness. It's also related to the earth signs like Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So some of you could be earth signs, but you're spending a lot of time thinking about what you're experiencing, and maybe questioning what it is you're experiencing, and why you feel like you keep coming up against obstacles, why you feel or you think you keep coming up against obstacles. It's an interesting time for you. It's like the things that you were doing and how you were living, they're not enough for you anymore. And that realization is actually something that's surprised you. Like, it's not enough for you anymore. And some of you are stuck because you're fighting with yourself. You're fighting with those thoughts of, this is not enough for me. I'm just not happy. And it might be that you're here, what is blocking my flow, because you have all those things that you should have. You know, it might be that you have on the outside, you know, the relationship, the job, all that type of thing. And you've got all these things in your life, but you're not happy. There's an imbalance there, and you're trying to find an equilibrium of, I want to feel and think that I'm in the right place right now, because currently I do not. And this is when we have this going on beneath the surface. This is very challenging energy for us. But as I always say with the number 7s, we can't avoid it. We have to just experience it. and it changes us. It brings us into awareness. It brings us into understanding that we didn't have before. So this is a very significant time for you, and again, one that is destined. This card's linked to this card here, and it's a 6. Look, we've got 666. It's the 6 of cups. Now this could be some of you, right? This makes a bit more sense. This might make a bit more sense for some of you now. It's as if there's things from the past, from your past in this current life, so when you're a child, that are challenging you. That even though on the surface your life is good and happy, it's as if, I get it. It's as if there are still things that you still need to work through, and there's still things that you avoid thinking about with the number 7. The 6 of Cups is emotion, and it's, the Cups energy is about emotion. The number 6 is a number of balance and harmony and beauty. It's literally called beauty. On the tree of life is number 6. And the interesting thing is that it's always hard to, it can be hard, I should say, to accept that things that have happened to us when we're younger, things that happen in our pasts, things that really scar us and hurt us, it can be hard to understand or to accept that those things can be positive for us. They can have positive influences on our lives, and they bring us out of who we are. They make us see the nature of humanity and the nature of ourselves and the nature of the universe, some of these experiences. So some of you could be denying or refusing to look at things that have happened in your past, in your childhood. You want to remain oblivious almost to looking at the impact, or really, really looking closely at the significant impacts of the childhood. You're sort of remembering things falsely. You're remembering things from your past falsely, seeing them through false eyes. And you're doing that on purpose because it hurts you too much. And it might be that experiences have arisen recently that make you again have to revisit some of the things from the past. Alternatively, it could be a different way. It could be that, you were growing up and you thought everything was hunky-dory. Sorry, hunky-dory means like great and happy, and everything was fabulous in your lifetime when you were growing up. But then you've just found out actually that it was all a lie, that your parents were deceiving you in some way, or that there was affairs going on, or it just wasn't what it seemed. So it's one or the other, really. But this is something, it's about reconciling with the past. It's about understanding this is what's going on beneath the surface for you. It's about you're going through this tussle, this battle with yourself about trying to how can you, it's like you're going through this battle, this tussle with yourself at the moment to try to work out which one is real, which one can you rely on. Can you rely on how you used to feel or what you're feeling now? And they're not the same. There's a shift that's happened. There's some difference between how you used to feel, what you used to think about your life, your situation, who you are, whatever this specifically relates to for you, and the reality of that situation, the reality of the circumstances at that time and now, and how they've affected you. So it's one of the other, and this is what's going on beneath the surface. And I say with the number 7s, we can't avoid it. When we have number 6s on, we've got 3 of them here. When we have the number 6, it's a really positive sign, because number 6s are about achieving that balance, are about achieving that beauty. And beauty is about the recognition of the significance of something and the value of something, okay? And appreciating something that's happened. The obstacle for you, the obstacle, this card looks at what is your obstacle, and your obstacle seems to be this, obviously, the ability to feel balanced, the ability to look at things objectively and constructively. This is related to that card there. The number 6 of Pentacles is the card of what we call reciprocity, which is balancing giving and receiving. So it might be that, you felt, as I said, you felt one way, you thought that a relationship, a friendship, a family relationship, whatever was how it should be. but now you realise that maybe you were being manipulated, or you were being lied to, and it's hard for you to reconcile that for yourself. And it's in a practical way as well. It's like, you know, the relationships might be suffering. Some relationships might be suffering. If this as well can relate to work, can relate to anything in your life: money, karma, healing. And you know, if this is related to money, there's some sort of it's just something from the past that is holding you back, that is blocking your flow. And the High Priestess wants to come out here, and this is clarifying the Six of Pentacles here. It's interesting because it might be that you're having difficulties in other areas of your life. So you might notice that because of this thing that you can't overcome, or you're not really thinking clearly about, that happened in your past, that now what's happening in your life, what's playing out in your life at work, for example, in other friendships, in your romantic relationships, or in the relationships with your children, for example, your own relationship with your children now, if you're a parent, for example, it's as if you're not seeing the link, but there's things keep happening or keep arising that hold you back, that stop you from moving forward. And the reason that that's happening, we keep going back to the past. And you're not, it's as if you've not understood, or you've not realized, or you've not wanted to look at, or you've not wanted to deal with, or you've not wanted to face the challenge up until now of wrestling with your childhood, the traumas of the childhood potentially, or the traumas of the first love, or the first time you realise you were lied to, or whatever your personal thing is. And sorry, just a second. The healing is necessary because what you have been through could help other people. What you sharing your story, you sharing your bravery of what you've had to overcome and what you've had to live through and how you overcome that can help other people. So the universe is kind of like, at the moment in your life, it might seem like everything's crumbling. Like you can't catch a break at work, and you keep arguing with your partner, or you're single, you can't get a date, whatever. You've got no money, your skin, whatever it is. It's like you're unhappy, you're not. It's like whatever it is, it goes back to childhood. Now that seems like a really obvious thing, but now what we're seeing is that things now in your life are being affected by old karma, by old cycles, by this old event that happened when you were younger, or in your past, or in a past life. Six of Cups is also linked to past lives as well. And with this intuition card, the High Priestess, it's like this is for your benefit. It's like that these things keep going wrong because you're not on the right path, because you are keep denying yourself, and you know that. I think with this card you sense it, and I think you need to hold on to that. I think if you have experiences now, if you see a situation now that feels like, damn, I'm still not exercising my personal power, or damn, I'm still not comfortable telling my truth, or damn, I'm still not comfortable telling people how I'm feeling, or I'm still not comfortable with my father now because of how the fact that he cheated on my mother when whatever it is. It's like you need to listen to those moments that you say that in your mind, and you need to overcome them. You need to say, okay, well, let me think about, how can I tackle this? How can I tackle the fact that I'm not happy with my dad? Like, what can I do? How do I speak to him? How do I approach him? Do I need to approach him? Blah, 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 blah. You need to hold on to it, because it's those questions that's leading you toward healing. This is how you overcome it. I mean, I've literally said it already, but this is how you overcome it. This last card, how you overcome your obstacles, how you overcome this Seven of Swords, and this ability, and you trying to find your equilibrium and trying to find your balance. Well, how you overcome it is you have to go through the fight. You have to go through the battle of, like I just said, thinking all those things. How can I reconcile this? You know, what conversations can I have, and how can I think differently about this situation, and how can I this situation from my past, how can I think differently about it? You know, am I forgiving myself? Am I forgiving the other people? You know, am I being compassionate toward myself? What, etc., etc., etc. The Six of Swords is a card of balance, of mental clarity, and you know, your way of overcoming the blockages that you feel in your life is gaining this mental clarity and moving away from this Seven of Swords. But the only way to move away from the Seven of Swords is to acknowledge that there's a difference. There's a difference right now between, you know, what you think and what you feel. And you're pretending in some way to yourself that, oh yeah, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine. Oh, nothing wrong with me, babe. Nothing wrong with me. And you're in a way pretending that to yourself. And I suppose to people around you. You're all positive on the outside and all happy on the outside, but on the inside, you're like scared, you're upset, you're afraid, you're confused, you don't really know what's going on, you don't really know who you are. And the only way to overcome your blockage and to begin this flow again, really, is to, one, acknowledge that difference. Acknowledge that difference for yourself. Once you acknowledge that difference, then it's about understanding the wisdom that you've gained from that. What did you learn from that experience? What have you learned about yourself? What have you learned about how you handle trauma? What have you learned about how you learned about how you handle rejection? About how you handle being lied down, being let down, being lied to? You know, once you find that balance, what have you learned from going through that experience, from avoiding all those things for all those years? What have you learned? Well, you might have learned to put yourself down. You might have learned to not have confidence. Then once you see that, once you see, oh my gosh, this is why I don't have any confidence. This is why I'm accepting this type of behaviour from people. This is why I'm accepting this. This is why I'm not pushing myself. I'm not going after the things that I want. Oh my gosh, I realise that now. Once you realise that, Six of Swords, moving on, balance. You know, we don't discard it, we don't ignore it. It's part of you, it's part of your life, it's part of your legacy, it's part of your experience, it's part of what you need to experience, whatever this was, whatever this situation was from your past that you're avoiding thinking about. Whatever that was, it makes you who you are today. And you cannot, and therefore you cannot be disgusted with yourself. You have to accept yourself, but you have to go through the challenge of understanding that. So this is it. I'm quite, you know, somber, and I'm speaking quite, you know, you've heard me before. Some of you probably, you're like, Ruth's never this quiet, and I'm not usually this quiet, but I feel it's because, you know, you've got to hear it. You've got to hear it. You know, we've got literally the Star card and the High Priestess. I mean, you're on the right path, exactly where you are, even though it's difficult now, and you know that. You know it's healthy for you to go through these challenges, to address the things from the past that hurt you, that let you down. You know that they're still holding you back. You know that you need to go through this, no matter how hard it is for you right now. Even if you are crying every single day, you know you have to cry because you have to let it out. You've got to let yourself feel all these things that you've been avoiding feeling for all these years, for all this time. Okay? And you've got to trust. I mean, I was going to say trust me, but you don't have to trust me. Trust you. Trust that this is what you need. Let yourself cry if you need to. Let yourself think all sorts of things if you need to. Because once you get that out of your system, we move on, we move forward. You are on the right path, okay? You're on the right path. Okay, thank you so much, number ones. I hope that was okay for you. And obviously, let me know, obviously, in the comments below. Or you can email me at keywisdomtarot@gmail.com if you want to just sort of vent a little bit or just sort of speak a little bit about the reading, okay? Because I can feel that, I can feel it. from you. Okay, so thank you very much, number ones. Have a fabulous day, and don't forget you can obviously catch your October love readings, which I posted yesterday as well. Okay, so you can catch them on my channel. Okay, thank you so much, guys. Take care, number ones. Bye. Hi, number twos. This is your reading. So we're going to start with your cards. Let me just move those out of the way. And then number threes. Okay, so this is, let me do it that way, because that was the 1, the 2, 3. There we go. Okay, so this card here, number 2, is representative. Wow, good. Okay, representative of your current experience or the universal energy. This is an interesting card to have. It's a strength card. It's a beautiful card on this deck, isn't it? Oh, excuse me. A viewer does keep asking me which deck this is, and it doesn't have a name. This is what I got. So hopefully that will help you. And you can find, I don't know, I got it from a local shop. So anyway, before I just forget. Okay, so it's interesting. It's a beautiful card, this. It's a really beautiful deck, actually, this one. And the question that we're answering today is, what is blocking my flow? Well, this card, in this position, it's about really the current experience, what you're currently going through, the sort of the life path that you're currently on, or the karmic path that you're currently on, the karmic cycle that you're currently in. And this is what it's trying to teach you. It's trying to teach you strength. Now, this card, I love this card because it's a card of, obviously, it's linked to the fire signs. It's linked to Leo, really. It's linked to the fire signs. It's linked to Leo, and it's you know, it's card number 8 in the tarot, in the major arcana, and ultimate, because it's called strength. People think ultimately it's about, you know, being strong, you know, or you're really strong. But I can tell that I know immediately that your journey that you're on currently, the thing that's blocking your flow, you're finding it really challenging, and you will with the strength card. And the reason is because the only way to know for a fact, to know that you are strong, is to go through experiences that test you and make you feel weak, and then you get back up and you keep going. That is what you're currently that's what the path that you're currently on. That's what the path's trying to show you. You know, people say, you know, universe doesn't give you anything that you can't handle, and it's true. You know, you don't lose unless you stay down. You've got to get back up, and you've got to keep fighting, and that's what this card is for you. That's what this experience, or these experiences, or this karmic cycle that you're in is trying to teach you. So that's why you might feel like you're blocked. You might feel like, you know, I'm not making any progress. Every time I get so far, I just keep falling back again. Why is this happening? The reason is because you need to see how strong you are. Because maybe up until now in your life, you've never really had to sort of, you know, provide for yourself, or you've never really had to. And this is not a shade or anything. I'm just saying that maybe that's why, you know, maybe you've never felt, you know, emotionally like you've put yourself out there before. Maybe professionally you've never put yourself out there before. You know, maybe you've never had your perspective or your point of view challenged before, for example. Whatever it is for you, this current path, or this current situation that you're in, the current experiences that you're in, they're trying to show you strength. So you will be weary, you'll be tired, you'll be exhausted. But the only way you know you're strong is because you've been to the darkness, you've been weak, you've been on the ground, not being able to get up, like tired, like just give me 2 days, man, just to get my strength back. You've been there. And that is, but you know that you're strong now. I mean, and that's a fabulous message. And it's so true. I mean, I think about myself, and I think I used to think of myself as such, oh my God, like I'm so weak, and you know, like I can't look after myself, I can't protect myself, I can't stand up for myself, I can't do these things. Oh my gosh, I don't feel like that anymore. I mean, I quit my job, didn't I? How many months ago to do this? I would never, and I wanted to quit my job 10 years ago, but I wouldn't, and I kept doing it. And all these experiences have taught me that well, you know, all those times when I've been exhausted, when I've been tired, when I've had no money, when I've been whatever, you know, all in the past, you know, when I was going through this journey, now I'm like, mate, this is easy. This is a breeze. Doing what I'm doing now is way. It's so good. So this is what it gives you. When you go through those experiences, where you're at now, even if you're hating it, even if you're like, for crying out loud, I just want a break. I want someone to give me a break. You don't need someone. What you realise with the Strength card, with all those experiences, you don't need someone to give you a break. You don't need that. You can give yourself a break. You can do what you want. Because surely, if you've been knocked down 7 times, 8 times, 9 times, 10 times in the last year, and you're still standing and you're still applying for jobs, or you're still sending out the CVs, or you're still sending out the book, the manuscripts, and you're still doing it, then you ain't weak, you're strong, and you can do anything. Think about the energy. I always think about that. Think about the energy you put into things that you can't even be bothered to do. But you do, for whatever reason. When it comes to who you are and what you want, you can achieve anything, because you can put all that energy into achieving the things that you want in your life. And that's what this is saying. It's beautiful. This second card in this position here is what's going on beneath the surface. And what's beneath the surface for you is this enlightenment. So it's about you recognizing, you knowing, you understanding that these blockages, these challenges, these obstacles, these are things that you need, because they're making you stronger, because they're making you grow, because they're making you more you, because they're allowing you to see who you are. They're allowing you to see your own strength, your own capabilities, your own boundaries, what you want, what you expect. Yeah? So it's a beautiful, I'm so happy for the people that have chosen this one for number 2, because you number 2s, you're getting it. You're starting to realise that, yeah, man, the divorce came, then I lost my job, then I had no money, and I went down and out. But now you're 3 years on and you're like, thank God that happened, because you're realising, now I am so much more than I ever thought I was. I'm doing it. So beneath the surface, this enlightenment is coming, and if it hasn't hit you yet, number 2s, it's gonna hit you. Beautiful kind of happiness for the sun, expansion, growth. Expansion is about being you in the world. Once you know who you are, you're comfortable in the world. You're comfortable showing that to people. You're comfortable. You don't need to judge anyone else, and you know that it doesn't matter if anyone judges you, because babe, I've been through that. Yeah, and I know I'm all right. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's such a beautiful, for you guys, you may be coming out of this, what's blocking my flow. You may be like, have been blocked and felt blocked, and now you're coming into that realisation of, gosh, things are finally changing for me, feeling good for me, feeling better for me. This is your number 3. Oh my God, it's just perfect. What is your obstacle? And it's the Death card. So again, this is the card of transformation. So this is, some of you might be in between, that stage of recognizing the journey that you have been on, and you might, for some reason, 3 years, for some reason 3 years comes to me. So this might be something that's been going on for the past 3 years. You've been through a very difficult time over the last 3 years, whether it's been with relationships, whether it's been with work, with life, with karma, whether there was a bereavement, someone passed that you were close to, and you maybe have gone down a dark path, depression, even suicidal thoughts, quite dark things that you experienced mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And your life is you're sort of coming up to the light now. It's kind of like things are starting to move on for you, and you're starting to see that. And I want you to recognize that for some of you, the only thing that's holding you back, the obstacle, is seeing the beauty in, I'm going to get upset now. Sorry. Sorry. I'll tell you that in a minute. The only thing that's holding you back, your obstacle, is seeing the benefits of the experience, that those things actually made you stronger. And the reason I just got a bit emotional then is because when my nana passed, my nana, she's always here looking after me. When she passed, oh, look at that, 114. When she passed, look, I'm named after my nana as well. When she passed in 2013, I mean, that was the thing that really destroyed me, and that was the thing that really got me on the journey that I'm to where I'm at today. And a few months later, after my nana passed, my auntie passed, and they lived together over in Niger, in Sepale, in a little in a house. It was lovely. Anyway, and I love Baby. She's called Baby, my auntie, and this is not her. This clearly is not, but it reminds me of her. And because she laughed and she had a big belly. Anyway, and when she passed, I remember meditating, because I'd been meditating at this point after my nana passed. And I said, you know what? Spoke to her. I said, you know what? In my mind or out loud, I said, you know what? I ain't even going to go through the morning like I've been doing for Nana. I said, I'm just going to say, I know you're with me. And every night I speak to my Nana and Baby, my auntie. Every night I speak to them. And what I realised is that when my Nana passed, it was so hard and so challenging, and it changed me so much. But I learned from that she's closer to me now, and I'm closer to her than I ever was in my lifetime. And it could be a similar thing for you guys. You know, some of you could be overcoming a bereavement, for example, or, you know, a process has been going on for the last 3 years. And really for you, the only obstacle is recognising that the transformation is here. The transformation is ready to come through now. You can go off in the world and start having the things that you want and living the life that you want. And this blockage is being removed. It's actually removed. You're literally in the last throes of it, really. The death card is related to it's number 13, the death card. And if we think about the number 13, because you know I'm into my numerology, I love the simplicity of it. Number 1 is about initiations, new beginnings, and number 3 is a master number related to the ascended masters, like Buddha, but also like our ancestors, you know, like our angels, whatever it is you believe in yourself. And therefore, number 3 is always a sign that we need to look at something. We need to look at something differently. We need to start looking at something in a different way. And that is why this is the death card is number 13. And that's why 13 is not an unlucky number. Just like 666 is not an unlucky number. But anyway, I digress. So, as I said, this card is what is your obstacle. Your obstacle is literally just coming into that realisation. All you have to do is come into the understanding that the challenges that you have been facing over the last few years or a few months, the things that you have felt blocking your flow, the things that you felt like, oh, it's taking me ages to get over this relationship, or it's taking me ages to get over that betrayal, or it's taking me ages to get over the death of, or the passing of that person. It's about realising that it's taking you a long time to do it because it's necessary, and you've gone through healing. It's been a long process for you, but it's a healing one. And look at this. I mean, what a beautiful, this is such a positive reading. You know, this 4th card in this position, how can you overcome it? Well, you know, you've been on the journey, and it's time to literally start living differently, start putting yourself out there now. You know, as I said, with the Strength card, the reason now you can be strong. You probably don't feel strong, some of you right now listening to this. You probably feel still sad, still defeated, maybe still upset. But it's only because you're not getting it. You're not getting it. Like, oh my gosh, you've done it. Like, you're still here, you're still standing, you've still got a sense of humour, even though it's been challenging, even though it's been hard. And now it's about getting out there and living differently. The Page of Pentacles, how you overcome this obstacle or this blockage to your flow. This could be the help of somebody else. It could be, you know, an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, coming to help you. But also it could be, I really feel like it's you helping yourself. I really feel like this is you putting yourself putting yourself out there and offering to the world now something real, something solid, showing people, look, I'm changed, I'm different, I'm better now, I'm okay now. You know, the page wants to, the energy of the masculine energies, like the page, they're about moving, they're about action, they're about going in a direction. And it's like going in a direction, for some of you, you could be going asking for help from somebody. You might be asking them for help. Someone might be offering you help. Someone might be coming towards you and offering you help. This could be, you know, the beginning of a new friendship, a new relationship, for example. You know, you might meet someone who's had similar experiences to you recently, or, you know, someone that, and you can both lean on each other. But, you know, overcoming the obstacle is about the practical steps that we need to take. And the practical steps for you is literally allowing the realization to come through to you that the challenges that you have been experiencing over the last few years or last few months, whatever it is for you, those challenges have been there to actually not weaken you, to make you stronger, to show you your strength, to show you who you are. And it's that realization that's going to bring forth for you this transformation. And then you might be ready to get out there. As I said, get out there, you know, go out on, meet people, meet new people, have new friendships, build new friendships, you know, build a business or whatever it is. Or someone might be coming towards you to offer you that, you know, that friendship just at the time when you need this transformation. So number 2, I hope you really enjoyed that reading. Your individual zodiac sign tarot readings for the month of October. Love readings are available now on my channel, Key Wisdom Tarot. So please head over to check those out. And also, I'll be adding another reading next week. Just keep an eye, actually, because I might add a few extra videos. So if you've not subscribed already, please subscribe. And I think I'm going to be adding a couple more extra videos this month also. Okay, thank you very much, number 2s. Take care. Bye. Hi, number 3. This is your pick a card reading, and you had to have 2 cards, didn't you? Sometimes it happens like that. So we're answering the question today, what is blocking my flow? And let me just put these like this so that I don't forget. That was 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll know the order to show them you. Now, the first card in your reading, and there's 2 for you, is the current experience or universal energy. So this is basically what you're currently experiencing, or what your current experiences are trying to show you or teach you. Okay, wow. Okay, it's interesting. Let me put that there first of all. We've got the Tower. These are beautiful, these cards. Oh, excuse me, sorry. A viewer did ask me what cards these are, and it doesn't have a name. So I'm just going to show you the box just so you can see. I bought them from a local shop. I don't do online shopping. I don't ever buy anything online. So I just bought them from a local shop. So I just wanted to show that. Okay. I love the Tower card. And I was literally thinking about doing a video about the Tower card. And I might do a video all about the Tower card, because I love this energy. Even though when it hits, you're upset potentially, you might be sad. It's an excellent card, an excellent energy to have in your life. Okay, let me talk about the Tower card for you. So this card, or this energy, only ever hits when we're in a situation or living a life or living in a way that is not good for us, that is not working for us, that is no longer working for us, that is no longer good for us, and it's not stable. It might be your Tower moment could be anything from, you know, just literally waking up one day and just saying, I've had enough of this job, or I've had enough of this man, or I've had enough of this friend, or I've had enough of this situation. I'm leaving. I can't be bothered, or I don't want to do that anymore. It could be something like that, the Tower moment, or it could be, I always say, twisting your leg or something, twisting your ankle, or it could be anything, you know, your car breaking down. And the Tower moment, what that does is for some reason, it shakes you. it gives you that time to realize, to think something's not right here. You know, this isn't right. Something's not right. Why does this keep happening? Why does it keep happening? And that's exactly what you're doing. Why does this keep happening? And you're meant to. Right now, what's blocking your flow, or what the universe is, position number one, current experience. Your current experience is about thinking about why these things keep happening. It's about you awakening to your karma. It's about you awakening to the patterns in your life and the experiences that you've gone through, and the situations that you keep finding yourself in. This is about becoming, basically, what do they call it? Getting, like waking up, you know, removing the veils of illusion of your life. This is what this is. That's what you're going through right now. You're going through an experience that's waking you up. You're going through an experience that is challenging what you think, that is challenging all the things you've ever thought about yourself, about your life, about your religion, about your culture, about your sexuality, about whatever it is, about your friendships, about your family, whatever individually is affecting you in your life. You're meant to be questioning your life. You're meant to be questioning the things that you've built, and why did you get married? Or why did you have children? Or why did you decide to do that job? Or why do you treat that person that way? Or why do you let that person treat you that way? Or whatever. These are all the thoughts. And the time and moment when it hits you, if it's already hit you in the past, or if it's something that you're approaching, it's meant to make you think about your life. That's exactly what it's for. That's exactly why it's there. So this is about waking you up. You're going through an experience, or experiences right now, that are meant to wake you up, that are meant to make you become conscious of the things, of the choices that you make, of the foundations in your life, of the person that you are, of how you think about yourself, etc., etc., etc. So that's I think in a way, that type of obstacle is a good obstacle to have. Well, it's not an obstacle. This is what the universe is teaching you. That's a good thing to be learning, as far as I'm concerned. Then we've got the how you're feeling beneath the surface, even if you don't recognize, and maybe you do, with it being sword energy. So what's beneath the surface then? What's going on beneath the surface for you? And the energy of the Knight of Swords. Now, I did a post, and I laugh when I think about that post. I did a post on my Instagram. It's also on Facebook and on my community section about the Knight of Swords. And I put something like, hurtling downhill without brakes, at full speed, with no way of slowing yourself down, towards success. That's the energy. That's the energy of the Knight of Swords. I mean, it moves so quickly. And again, you're going toward victory, but there's no way of slowing yourself down. When you realise something, you move fast. Now, your thoughts move fast. You're having these type of breakthroughs all the time. You're understanding, oh my gosh, yeah, I get that, I understand it now. And then the next day you understand something new, and then you say to your friend, oh my god, can you believe it? And it moves so quickly, this energy. And for me, an earth sign, I'm a Capricorn, I found it a little bit disorientating personally, but it's because you've gained some clarity. You're gaining some clarity, some wisdom, some understanding. So beneath the surface for you, you are starting to see that shock event, that breakup in the marriage, whatever it was, that shock event for you, losing that job, or starting this new job, or meeting that new person. You are starting to realise that there's something in that. I'm meant to have that experience. It's helping me, it's growing me, it's changing me. I'm thinking differently now. And it can feel quite unsettling. As I said, for me personally, earth sign, found it unsettling, but I appreciated the speed. Within 3 days, I'd gone from, oh yeah, this is what I'm going to do, to completely having a completely different idea, completely new way of working, completely new way of thinking, etc., etc. So it'll affect everyone in different ways. So beneath the surface, you should be growing in confidence as well. As I said, it's unsteady, it can be, but the ideas are not there, are not lost on you. There's ideas there. There's clarity there with the sword energy. It's about clarity. The sword energy is also about our thoughts, our minds, our communication, our consciousness. So when you have, and I'm fond of, I'm smiling now, you can't see, but I am. I'm fond of the energy now with the Knight of Swords, because of the fact that your mind works so quickly and your understanding comes in so fast. It's a real breakthrough moment with Knight of Swords energy. So that's what's beneath the surface for you. Beneath the surface is you're growing in your understanding, and you kind of just want to get to you just kind of want to keep going. You just kind of want to know what's going on. You've got 4 cards. Oh yeah, because you had an extra card. I feel like that's the extra card. That's the, yeah. Anyway, this is your obstacle. Now that's not a bad obstacle to have, is it? Victory. That's not a bad obstacle. We've got, in fact, I think I might read yours differently actually. Yeah, I think I might read yours differently than I've been reading. Anyway, so we've got this next card, which is your obstacle card. Now this isn't really an obstacle, victory, but it's about this is a card of the 6 of Wands, so it's a card of victory. It's related to Wands energy, passionate, moving toward the things that you want. It's an action-orientated card. It's also about understanding the significance of the battle of the 5 of Wands, the significance of that battle, what you had to let go of, recognizing that, yeah, there were things that you needed to release with the 5 of Swords and with the Tower card. There were things that needed to be released, and now you have released them, and not only have you released those things, you understand why you needed to release them, and also you understand where you want to go next. That's the energy of the 6 of Wands. So maybe the obstacle is just recognizing that there are things that you need to let go of, getting that, and maybe for some of you, you'll see this video and you'll think, do you know what, it is, she's right, this is what I've been feeling for the last 3 months. This is what I've been feeling. I need to just let it go. I need to just move on now. I need to stop fighting the changes, because for some of you, that is what you're fighting. You just, when you say what's blocking my flow, well, the answer is you. And I'm not saying that in a that sounded harsh. I'm not saying it in that way. I'm saying it, you're stopping, some of you are stopping yourself from seeing that those changes were necessary. That those things that left your life needed to leave your life for your betterment, for you, so that you feel good, so that you're in the right place. That's why things had to leave your life. That's why things, or you had to leave that job, or that's why you twisted your ankle, or whatever it is. That needed to happen. So if you're trying to go back, to him, or you're trying to go back to that job, or you're trying to go back to that way of thinking, or you're trying to go back to that way of behaving, and you need to let it go because it's no longer serving you. It's like, in answer to your question, there ain't nothing blocking you. It's like, almost like the only thing blocking you really is you, in that it's not even fear necessarily. It's just the clinging on, to what to what you, and as I said, that might be, you've always been in this relationship, or you've always been single, or you've always practiced this religion, or whatever it is. I mean, I'm just using examples, but you've always done something in this way, and the things that are blocking you, so you're still trying to do it. You've always been a teacher, so you still want to be a teacher, but you're trying to apply for jobs and no one's giving you a job, or you got made redundant, or whatever it is for you, particularly in your life. And you keep trying to go back to that thing, and it's like, it's not for you. It isn't. And it isn't. More importantly, it's not for you. And yet you keep trying to do it. So literally, you just have to accept it. You just have to accept, do you know what? I'm going to stop fighting for something that I know now doesn't suit me, or doesn't serve me, or isn't good for me. I'm going to stop fighting for that. Stop fighting for him. Stop fighting for her. Stop fighting for that role. Stop fighting to stay in that country, or to live in that house, or what. It's not right for you. It's not good for you. It's not good for your health. Just let it go. For you. That's what you need to just do. Because, and really, once you sort of realise it, once you realise that, you will let it go, and you're off. You're off flying. You know, and again, how can you overcome it? I will do a video about the number 7s today, and I'll post the video at the same time as this so that you can see it. Read the description box below, because I put the astrology of the month and I talk about the number 7s, and I talk about the Chariot, and I talk about the significance of them for us in this time karmically. So the cards in this position are representing how you overcome this obstacle, how you overcome the 6 of this trying to cling on to the tower. You're trying to cling on to the tower, basically. That's what's to the things that need to be gone. That's what's blocking your flow, and this is how you overcome it. Well, I talked about the number 7, and I'll tell you about it. First of all, as I said, the 2 7s. We've got the 7 of Pentacles, and we've got the Chariot. Now, the 7s is a card of refinding our equilibriums. It's a challenge, and it's where our foundations. I mean, literally on the Tree of Life. Let me just double check. Yeah, on the Tree of Life, number 7 is endurance. And hang on, that's not the Hebrew word. The Hebrew word is netzah. The Hebrew letter netzah. I don't know if I'm saying these things right, but excuse me. The number 7 is endurance. As you keep going, and it's so interesting to me, the number 7, because the endurance comes with, it's also spiritual endurance. It's a card of mysticism. It's a number of mysticism, mysteries, understanding the mysteries of your life, of your emotions, of your perspective, of your beliefs. Number 7 wants you to understand what those things are. What are your beliefs? Why are they your beliefs? What do you want? Why do you want it? What do you think? Why do you think that? What do you feel? Why do you feel that? Etc, etc, etc. What are you doing? Why are you doing it? And this is you, as I said, clinging on. This is you clinging on to those things that the universe is saying, and that your soul is saying to you, this is not what I want to do anymore. This is not where I want to be anymore. This is not who I want to be, who I am anymore. So what? But some of you know that in your heart, in your head, you know that, and yet you still put the work in, put the energy in, put the effort in, put the time in. Practically, it's like going, oh, I can't stand this person. He did my head in. But you still go back there. You're still clinging on to that relationship. And it can be with a friend, or it can be with your dad, or your mum, or it can be with anybody, your child, or whatever. You keep putting all that energy into it. And in your heart of hearts, in your soul, you're like, what is the point of this? She's never going to change. It's never going to change. It's never going to be any different. I'm never going to like that job. I'm never going to be happy living in this country. I'm never going to be happy living in this house. But you keep doing the work, trying to put it in, trying to do it. So how you overcome it is you find that balance, that equilibrium. We've got the yin and the yang, the earthly, the energy, the active, the passive, the masculine, the feminine on the Chariot card. And it's about you holding the reins. So think about what that means. The masculine is action, moving in a direction, inspiration. The feminine is feelings, passion. What am I feeling? And it's having those two things in balance. And how you overcome the blockage in what your flow is, it's to say to yourself, this is what I feel, and this is what I'm doing. So my internal, my feminine, passive, and my active, masculine are out of sync. I'm feeling like I love this person, but I'm acting like I don't love this person because I'm cheating on him or I'm cheating on her, but inside I feel like I love her or him. So why am I cheating on him? Why am I cheating on her? Or whatever it is. I don't know what your life is. Anyway, so it's about getting those two things in sync. And it's also victory with the number. It's also victory. It's you taking the reins and taking that control. It's you not putting any more energy into something that needs to leave your life. And to be honest, this isn't a surprise to you. You know, because you've got the Nine of Swords here as well. The Nine of Swords is saying, You're already thinking of, we call that the dark night of the soul. We call that stressing, that worrying. I mean, look at these two cards. You've got the dark night of the soul going, oh my gosh, like, I'm still holding on to this relationship, even though I can't stand to look at her, or I can't stand to look at him, and I'm still clinging onto this relationship for whatever I'm still putting all this in. Why am I doing it? What's wrong with me? That's all these questions. Tower moment hits, and it's just like, just let it go. You know, realise that the things are meant to be in balance. You know, you're meant to be in balance, and you're meant to be happy. So in order to unblock your flaw and overcome that obstacle, it's just about getting those two things in sync, your actions and your emotions, or your soul, getting those two things in balance, you know, your thoughts and your feelings, getting those two things in balance. Don't lie to yourself anymore. Don't stop lying to yourself. Stop telling yourself that you're happy, or that you're content, or that you're satisfied with this. Or alternatively, that you're unhappy, that you know, that you hate this. Stop telling yourself. I mean, I don't know what it is you're telling yourself. I don't know. It's your life. We all have these moments. We all have these things. And especially in this month of October and November, a lot of us, this is why I've talked a lot about the sevens, and I'll do a little video about the number sevens. But yeah, we all have those moments where we are, hence the sevens exist as an archetype. We all have those moments where we're not certain, we're not in sync with ourselves, where we're not understanding ourselves, where we're just doing things, going with the flow of things because that's what we know, and not because it's best or right or happy for us. Okay, so you know, really, you've got great cards of victory and, excuse me, and overcoming your obstacles. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you want to make a suggestion just for the next set of reading, the next pick a card reading, then just give me a comment in the box below. You can also catch your love readings for the month of October. I put those up yesterday on the 17th. I put those up, and I'll be adding your additional content to my channel next week as well, which is just the bi-weekly general readings. So if you haven't already, please subscribe and click the bell for notifications, and also you can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook for updates as well. Key Wisdom Tarot. And it's keywisdomtarot@gmail.com for personal readings. There's a bit of a wait, but if you want to get in touch with me, and we'll arrange an appointment for you. Okay, my lovelies. Well, thank you so much, number threes, for being here. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I will see you all very soon with new content. Take care, guys. Bye.